Alright, let's get started with this thing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever and whenever you are in the world at the moment. It is Adam Harrison, joined by Darren McDonald, wearing his awesome Killer Strings t-shirt for the Cigar Box Guitar Podcast. I'm here with my cup of coffee. We are, at the moment, sans Joe, and we are sans Jesse. So it's the originals.
So it's going to be boring.
Yeah, it'll be as boring as batshit. No, it's not going to be as boring as batshit. No, come on. Let's give ourselves a little bit more credit. Now, we've got some interesting things to talk about. A few things have obviously happened over the last couple of weeks. Now, you and I recorded an episode of the podcast as we were driving back on the Sunday from the festival, which, due to some family issues and some family things that happened in our home, we lost a very, very, very beloved pet member of our family. Sadly, we lost our little cat Leo. Which was very distressing for everybody. So really, I've kind of been put on the back foot a little bit with everything at the moment. So, yes, it hasn't been the happiest time in the Harrison household, but we're coping and we're dealing, and we miss him terribly. But we've got 3 other cats and a dog to keep us busy. The dog couldn't give a flying fig, but the 2 of the 3 cats are actually quite out of sorts. They know that something's wrong. They know, and they do miss him. And it's a sad old situation. But I suppose being pet owners, we've all gone through it. They have a limited life expectancy, but they don't have a limitation for love, which is quite lovely. So yes, it's not been the happiest week. So apologies for not getting that up. So I'm just thinking maybe in the meantime, while we're doing this podcast, which I'll upload today and get us back on track, maybe we'll talk about that. So there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. The first one is obviously the festival. While it's still moderately fresh in our minds of what it was like. And I'm very interested in talking to you about what you thought it was like, because everyone kind of knows my background, and I've got a lot of experience doing festivals and markets and things like that, and obviously having the shop, so I've got a lot of experience with that. So I thought it might be very interesting to speak to you today about how you felt.
I have no memory because I was busy sleeping under the table.
Yeah. Well, I just think it might be interesting because it might be interesting for you to have a fresh perspective, because this was a very, very, very big move for you, to actually make the decision to say, okay, well, I've got a couple of guitars that I built a little while ago, and one that was more recent, and then to think, okay, well, maybe I'm going to sell something. Maybe I'll actually move a couple of these items on, and you ended up having a very successful Sunday, second day. Which was cool.
Because I took that my Jack Daniels guitar.
Yeah.
And I was reluctant to actually bring it because I actually liked it.
Yes, yeah, understandable.
I liked the look of it, and I was a bit upset that they both sold.
Yeah.
My Telly solid body, because I quite liked it. I liked the look of it. They were nice. They could have been great wall hangers.
Yeah.
For me. But selling them was good. It means I got rego for my bike now.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's important. I mean, paying the bills is a big thing.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. So definitely a big move, really.
Yeah.
but also a kind of a move to say, okay, well, this is another step, in a new direction of what you're doing with the cigar box guitars and
Yeah.
with your own guitars and.
Like I've actually got to actually sit down and get time to start making some more stuff. Like.
Oh, you've been very busy though. I mean, admittedly, to give you a break. I mean, it's you've had a lot going on. You've had quite continual renovation on your yard and things like that you do, and you got your grampy duties, you got grandpa duties, and all that sort of stuff. You do a lot of.
Boy, those 2 days were just.
But you're a busy guy, so it is a case of finding time, But what setting up a stall? Obviously, you came in you came in with me. You brought a couple of guitars in the stall that I had, but it was. How did you feel about kind of getting there and setting things up and seeing that? The amount of work that there's a lot of work that actually goes into actually setting up a stall.
Oh yeah.
Well, it can be.
Growing up, because my brothers and that.
Yeah.
They used to sell at markets and stuff, so the whole setting up wasn't really not that much different from when I was younger and used to help set up their stalls and stuff. But just meeting people that I've heard about and stuff was quite good. You actually get to put
the faces to the names and
it
was like it was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty crazy there. There was a fella named Kim who actually lives up here in the Blue Mountains, and I saw Kim there for a second. It was like, and I was running here and there and running all over the place, and before I knew it, like the night had basically gone, and I went looking for him to try and track him down. I couldn't see him. I ended up getting in contact with him on Messenger. He said, "That's all right." He said, "Don't worry about it." He said, "It's no dramas." But I said, "Oh look, we've got to stay in contact and talk about him because he's only local up here. I think he's only at Katoomba or Lura near you."
Oh yeah.
So and he's a great guy. He's a really great guy, and he does really interesting builds as well, which is really cool. But it was a case of it was flat out, man. It was absolutely flat out. And thank you so much for your help because.
That's all right.
For those of you who are listening, you don't know what was actually happening. We actually had we actually put together. We put together a cigar box guitar festival out at Portland out past Lithgow, which is probably about 2 hours west of Sydney, and it's over the Blue Mountains and past Lithgow, and it's a lovely drive. It's a very 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 easy drive. Really, it's only about. Well, realistically, it's about an hour. It's an hour and 15 minutes from my house, which is at Hazelbrook. So realistically, it's probably about 2.25 hours from Sydney if you were leaving. Maybe if you were leaving like Five Dock or Russell Lee or the Inner West or something like that. A bit longer if you're going from the eastern suburbs, maybe, or the Sutherland Shire, which is where. Morning, brain work. Not Jeff. Oh God, I've just gone blank on his name.
Jeff Saunders.
No. His daughter named his guitars. I've just gone blank.
Oh.
He got up and played the bass with me up on the stage.
Oh, Gavin.
Gavin. Oh, sorry, Gavin. Gavin, if you're listening, I apologise profusely. Please blame it on daylight savings. Sorry, mate. I see your face. I see him playing golf. He did a really great post on Facebook of going playing golf. It was like fitting it all in.
The funny thing was, because before we left, Tammy, she'd say you're going to go and meet all your podcast groupies.
Yeah.
and then Gavin walks up and says, "I listen to podcast."
Yeah. Well, it's a lovely thing, mate. I used to when I had the shop up at Katoomba. People used to walk in all the time, and they'd be like, I listen to the podcast." It was like, oh wow, that's so it was so cool. It was so nice. I was like, oh wow, you do, and you automatically feel like apologising. So sorry about that. If I said anything that offended you, I do apologise.
No, I just apologise for the sound of my voice.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, man. It was an absolutely amazing event, and I'm gonna big kudos and a big shout out to Melanie Auntie from Barrel Dog Band for her. All right. Well, let me briefly explain the sitch. At the beginning of the year, I was contacted by Johnny Devilseed about putting on a festival. He said, "Look, what do you think about putting on a festival?"
Who is now my friend.
He is now your friend, yes. Ben Baker is not, but Johnny Devilseed is.
Yes.
So Johnny got in contact with me and said, "Oh, look, I want to put on a festival, a Cigar Box Guitar Festival. What do you think?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we got together and started talking about it. We were going to put it up on the Central Coast, up at Gosford, or up near Gosford. And life kind of gets in the way sometimes. And Johnny said, "Look, probably around about May or something like that." He said, I've looked at booking the place. I've got that happening, but now they're kind of backing out. So there were issues with the place. They were basically saying, if a wedding comes up on that day, we're going to cancel. And it's like, and we'll put the wedding on because we're going to make more money from a wedding. And it's like, well, okay, all right. Well, I understand the business behind it, but it's a bit sucky to do that. If you've committed to something, you should stick with the commitment. Anyway. And then, so he was struggling a little bit with that, and finding people. We found a few people we were talking about. I was talking about Blake Saban from, Blake Saban, who's an incredible cigar box guitar musician and guitar musician. We're thinking about Fiona Boys. We were thinking about 8-Ball Aiken. We were thinking about, there was a Barrel Dog Band came up straight away. I said, we've got to get Barrel Dog Band because they are fantastic. Like Miller and Dave and the boys are just brilliant. Like they are really fun. They're a great fun band, and they're just such amazingly lovely people. And I thought we've got to get them in. So we were looking at maybe booking it over the 2 days of having them headlining one of the days. So it was always on the cards. And as I said, life kind of happens sometimes, and Johnny had to back out. He said, "Look, I can't run it. What can I do?" And that's when Mella actually said, "Look, why don't I take it over?" Because Mella's got like 20 years of festival experience. Like she's done shows, she's put shows on as part of her. Like it's in her DNA, I think. So man, when I say she hit the ground running. She hit the ground running, and she hit the ground running hard. And with Jeff from Crazy Possum, guys, you may not notice because we don't have audio visuals at the moment. By the way, I am going to be organising visuals on my Mac, which it will work. Hopefully, starting next week, I'll get that happening. Crazy Possum Guitars. So we're also sponsored by Killer Strings, Crazy Possum Guitars.
Yes.
Only because I've got the T-shirt on, and I'm a huge Crazy Possum fan. I think he's just wonderful. It was so nice to see, so nice to meet Jeff. It was great, and of course our friends at cbgiddy.com. Obviously, affiliate links are in the episode description down there. Go and check it out.
Friend request, Ben.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So Mella took it over, and man, she hit the ground running, and she was incredible. She got support from council. She got extra sponsorship. Another huge shout out to Robin Warren, who was one of the performers with Crazy Mamas and with Matman and Robin. And they were wonderful. They were so fantastic. And it was so lovely to see Matt Charnley again. Matt Charnley fronts a band called Lizard. Lizard haven't really performed in about a year or so, but they've been part of the Sydney music scene, rock and roll scene here, pub scene for 25 years. They've been around for ages. I always say that they're kind of a crossover love child between like Jimi Hendrix and Red Hot Chili Peppers. If they had a baby, that would be Lizard. They're just so good. They're so
and
good.
Creepy.
Yeah. So, Robin actually threw in $500 of her own money to help support, and she got like $400 or $500 worth of sponsorship as well from other businesses and things. So it was like incredible. So, and Jeff was instrumental in getting the t-shirts, the one that you're wearing. That's sorry, not the one you're wearing. That's mine.
No, I didn't get one of those ones.
No, it's we should organise one. So you can probably still get them from him. But I've got mine.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing that proudly all the time. It was such an amazing event. So Jeff, thank you so much as well for all of your support and all your help, mate. It was absolutely brilliant. Honestly, it never ever would have happened without Mella and Jeff. It was incredible. So what an experience, man. And for you to get up there and see you working the customers for for that whole Saturday without success, and you were questioning yourself. You were saying, "Oh, what's wrong? What's going on? What's happening?"
Well, like the second guitar that I took, like nobody was really interested. They were just mainly interested on Saturday in that solid body guitar.
Yeah, that T-style 3-string.
Everyone was playing.
Yeah. And then on the Sunday, bam, you got the bites. Well, Bill Dewdney, God bless Bill Dewdney. Bill is just...
Yes.
Bill's one of my favourite people, man, in this whole community. He's just wonderful. Bill is just an absolute gem of a human being.
The very first person to buy a Grumpy's guitar.
There you go, man. And he got the Jack Daniels one.
Yeah.
And that was just wonderful. It was so good to see. Like you were like, oh my god. I think there was a bit of a mix of kind of happiness and sadness because you really liked that guitar too.
Yeah, I like Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to say it. But yeah, like the actual body of the book, the fake book, it was actually like I got it for a present.
Yeah.
1 year, So
you thought, oh, that'll make a nice guitar.
Yeah. And when I was actually building the shed and I was getting the wiring put in, like I was just making the guitar while everyone was working outside.
Yeah, well, I remember playing that one when I first was over your place when you had the study downstairs. You had your music room. Before you donated that to your daughter, and I remember playing. That was one of the first guitars of yours I remember playing. So you'd I built that long before I met you.
My second build.
So to sell that was very cool. And then you sold the solid body to Dale. Dale, your best mate. So Dale, mate, what a character that fella was, wasn't he? He's a good bloke, good bloke. But I hope he's really well. I hope he and Bill are really enjoying those guitars, man. I had a ridiculously good time, man. It was just so good. And thank you so much for all your help too, man. Because I couldn't have done it without you. Because it was like I was doing MC duties and running around the place. It was fun. Like, it was full on fun, man. But I had my phone in my hand the whole time to say, okay, who's next? What am I doing? Check with the artist to make sure they're happy with the blurb that I'm going to introduce them with. Don't want to get up there.
Yeah.
The only one who was a bit funny was a bit old Charlie from Gondwana Land. Who was the second act after Crazy Mamas. So he was kicking off the show. And I was doing his introduction and I was like, blah, blah, blah. You might remember, I was halfway through my intro. You might remember Charlie in Gondwana Land from the 8. And he interrupts me and he goes, we were 2 times ARIA nominated. I stopped, I looked at him and said, I'm getting to that. Cranky old bugger, but no, he was good fun. He was actually really, really good fun. And then it was funny, you know, because Jeff was meant to get up and sing with him. They said, oh look, we're going to get Norm at the pub. Norm, who lives at the pub. Well, a lovely fella, Norm is. I'll talk about Norm a little bit. Norm, who was, there, he was meant to sing Sympathy for the Devil. So Charlie was going to be, okay, well, come on up. You know, Jeff was going to play guitar and Norm was going to sing it. And then I think Norm got a little bit scared about it maybe, and he went, oh, nah. He backed out. And then Jeff says, Adam, will you do it? I said, oh, all right, but I know the song, but I don't know the song. It's like, you know, it's like, lyrics and me are not always best mates, but it was like, okay, all right. So if you don't mind me holding my phone, and I'll look at the lyrics as I go through, and I'll sing it holding my phone. So you know, because just for those verses that I'm not 100% sure on, or the format of the song, because sometimes I get mixed up about which verse goes where. Anyway, so we got up and we did it, and it was good fun. I did screw up in the middle somewhere, but I think we covered it well. I think we did pretty well. And then, that's up on YouTube. That was good fun. That's up on, I think it's on the Birdwood Guitars YouTube channel. Gavin, I think, has got some video. Gavin's got some great footage. Gavin Favell, he has Gavtar guitars, and he's got. I think he's
been putting a lot of stuff up about the festival.
Yeah, very, very cool, man. It was awesome. It was, you know. So then to get up on stage, you know, with Jeff. And play a song with Jeff. I did 2 of my own. At that stage of the night, my voice was shot on the Saturday night. It was absolutely shot. And I was packing. I was absolutely packing at getting up there. I didn't have any... Like, I just got up with the guitar and, like, no amp. It was just going through a PA, so it was all a bit dry. And but my voice was shot, and nerves of getting up on stage. Because it's the first time actually literally getting up and playing and singing to an audience. But I look back at the videos, and there's some definite spots where I stuffed up and I messed up, and then we kept going. But that was an open mic. It's meant to be a bit like that, you know. Yeah. But it was good because I could hear people singing along, and it was like, oh, this is great. And that's lit the fire under me now, man. It's lit the fire. So I don't know if you can see that's my area now. So I've got song, got microphone, So I'm actually doing it, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put together a set list and just go on. Darren Pizzle actually suggested I go up and do a couple of open mics, but you know me, I'm just going to jump in both feet first and actually literally talk to a couple of places. Once I've got a set list down and go, hey, can you give me a date if you'd like me to come on a quiet day or something like that, or you know, whatever. Just I'd love to come and do a set and then see if I love it. And if I love it, keep going with it. So. You know, but I've got... I spoke to Mella. Mella said she'd be happy for me to open for them once I've got a set list put together. So, which is really cool for Barrel Dog. And she said, "Oh, you just need 45 minutes." And I thought, okay. So I sat down with my songbook because this is the book of doom. All my songs. This is all my songs, man. And I sat down with that, and I've actually got close to 2 hours worth of material there. So, and most of it I know pretty well. So what I'm doing now is I'm transferring everything over to I've got an OnSong app on my iPad, and it's basically what it does is, I don't know if you can see that. It says OnSong. Come on, wake up. So what did it say? Lyrics. It's got lyrics and chords the whole trip. So when you get up and play, you can it'll actually play the song for you when you're practicing. And,
really?
Yeah, and so I've got Leaving on a Jet Plane there, for example. I'll go back to songs. So I can actually set up a song list. So there, for example, here's Run to Paradise. So that's Run to Paradise ready to go. You know, which is literally 3 chords. So I've got a whole heap of songs like that. They're basically 3 or 4 chords. I've got myself a tambourine. To kind of get a bit of that time. I've got some B-boxes downstairs which I'm going to put together and make a cajon. And I just want to get a foot stomper So like put on a rear facing uh, bass drum. You know, the kick drum. The foot pedal for the bass drum. So I'm going to put a rear facing one on so I can heel it, put it with my heel, and play and do. So I've got the bass, and then I've got the, you know, boom, 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 you know, that kind of thing. I literally bought drumsticks yesterday because I'm thinking with the tambourine. I'm thinking with the tambourine to put to Velcro it to my shoe to tap it. To tap the tambourine with like that. So I'm thinking about all of these different ideas.
Are you going to get a washboard for your belly?
No. But someone you guys should watch, if you want to watch someone being an awesome one-man band. I mean, obviously Mike Snowden does a really great job because he's got a full drum kit and everything. But you got to watch. What's his name? Oh God, what's his name? He's the fella that builds the cigar box guitars using the pool cues, and he puts they're so circular. It's all slide. Yeah. But he does the bass string and then he does 3, and it's all connected. Johnny Lobo. So when Johnny Lobo plays, right? Johnny Lobo plays and he plays like this, right? So he's got his pick, or he doesn't have a pick, right? So when he's picking and playing, he's playing like this. Right, or he's picking like this and playing, but while he's playing, he's hitting a drum at the same time. Yeah. So it's like he's like, I don't know how he's doing it, man. It looks so good. So he's actually drumming, and what I'm thinking about doing is with one of my guitars that I'm doing, I could possibly put a stick on the end of there, and if I've got a cymbal, I could go bang the cymbal.
Oh man!
Look, it's
Please
all.
Don't do that.
It's all fun. It is all fun, but like in all honesty, what a wonderful weekend. It was absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad I did it. I can't wait to do another one. But the most important thing for me that it did was we had a really, really lucrative weekend, which really, really helped.
Yeah.
You know, it did pay the bills, which was great. It's been a while since building cigar box guitars actually brought in a decent amount of cash, and that was pretty good. Like otherwise, it's a bit sporadic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very, very cool. Exhausting. It was exhausting, but and then the other thing it did was I got a chance to meet up again with Johnny Devilseed, with 8 Ball Aiken, who's just just everyone I met was just amazing. I'm a huge Jungle Jim Smith fan, so if you haven't heard Jungle Jim Smith, go and check out Jungle Jim Smith. He's incredible. Really lovely guys, really, really nice people. Mella from Barrel Dog, obviously. Robin Warren, incredible, really lovely people. You know, and also the live feed from the UK. Let's not discount that. We actually had the Dust Brothers. Yeah. We managed to get the Dust Brothers to actually do a half-hour set direct from the UK. And then possibly one of my favourite people from the whole weekend, Brett Hartley, playing as King Trevor. Now, he actually introduced me to something, and you might remember a few years ago. Everyone was jumping up and down about the like $30 little cigar box guitar, the blues box guitar from Aldi, and it's actually an Australian invention, but they sell them all over the world.
Yeah.
But it's a cardboard box, right? And it's a cardboard box, and it's got an oak neck. It's a piezo. It's about $30, and I think they're brilliant. I think they're wonderful to get people involved and to pick something up, and then obviously they want to get something better. Guys, you've seen, if you've watched the video that I did on the cigar box guitar builder, you may watch out for this. All right, this is. Why am I saying watch out for this? It's not video. Okay, so I have to remember that in my hands is I'll say cigar box guitar because it's not actually a cigar box guitar, but it is actually a cigar box guitar. All right, made and sold on eBay by Kookaburra Music. Now, you can get these on AliExpress. That's where he gets them from. So he doesn't actually make them. They're from AliExpress. All right, they're obviously made Far Eastern made. They're Chinese made. But I'm going to be honest with you. They are brilliant. They've got the little wooden 3-pole single coil pickup that you can buy at CB or MGB or wherever. A standard 3-string steel fixed, fully insonatable bridge. Machine heads. I mean, they're just cheap closed machine heads. You've got a maple neck with a separate maple fretboard. Very nice staining. The box is solid timber. It's not plywood. It's probably just like a Meranti probably or some moderately. I don't think it's. Yeah, and it is. I believe. I'm just trying to look at it with the light the way it is in here. I think it. It might be a ply bottom. Might be a plywood bottom. But the sides are solid. I did a video. Sorry, I can't. No, I can't open it because it's the bridges. Everything locks it down.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got a volume control on it, which works as smooth as anything. I was worried. I really bought this because Brett had one. So Brett was playing one, and I thought, oh, that's one of those. That's one of those. I call them Kookaburra because you can get them on eBay if you look up Kookaburra Industries or whatever it is. They import the Hayes guitars, or he makes the Hayes guitars. I think his name's Nick.
Yeah.
He's got his warehouse is actually at Seven Hills, here in Sydney. Nice fella, really, really nice guy. But he does all the Hayes guitars and things like that. You know, Hayes is the direct competitor to Artist Guitars here in Sydney. I don't know about any other of the states, but I'm telling you, mate, I can't fault this. $150. It took about 20 minutes to put it together, really. I got rid of the strings that came with it and put killer strings on it, of course. But far out Brussels sprout. You've got a little plastic nut at the top. I mean, yeah, look, this is all made using CNC. And this guitar, the one next to it, they're all exactly the same. There's no difference between them. Yes, they're lacking soul. Yes, they are lacking soul. But
that's when you put a bit of soul into it.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's like, okay, how can I say it? However, if you guys know me, however, I have one massive problem with this guitar, and that's in its construction. Because this guitar does not go all the way through. And I'm going to say this, necks that bolt on to the neck end of the body and don't travel all the way through, and cigar box guitars, 3-string cigar box guitars that are relying on the box itself to take up the pressure of the string tension, without a neck tenon that runs all the way through, right? If you're reliant now, I've had this guitar now for 2 weeks, and I can tell you, I'm looking at. I don't know if you can see it, Darren, but it's bowing. The body itself is bowing. It's bowing here because all the neck pressure. There's a block in the back of the box here, and there's a block here at the front where the neck. There's 2 bolts holding the neck in here. The neck basically just sits in there in a space. There's a little bit of bracing. Extra ribbing up the sides of the guitar on the top side and the bottom side, going up the sides of the body, right? And then to the back, where there's another piece of wood, and then there's a block for the bridge. I hope you guys can follow me from what I'm describing. But basically, there's no, apart from a little cross brace like the way I've always done it, and I reckon they copied off me. there's a cross brace sitting just in front on the top of the box, just in front of the pickup, right? That stops that warbling effect, right? And I've always spoken about that. If you look at the Cigar Box Guitar Builder and you see how I build my juke joint rockers or that stage series of guitars, you'll know that there's a tenon that goes all the way through the box to the back. Okay. The problem is, and I've got 40, 30, 20s on this, okay, which aren't, and I've got this tuned to G, but I'm telling you, I can see it. There is bowing happening in the body, and it's pulling up. Now, I don't know whether that's going to stop or whether that's going to continue on, but that's my problem with that style of build, because you've got no neck tenon running through to where the bridge is mounted. So effectively, it's turning the box itself kind of into a banana. It's very slight. I wonder if it's going to stop. So I'm really curious. Apart from that, it's a fantastic little piece of kit. There's no strap buttons. I'm going to put some strap buttons on. And yes, I will be playing this if I can get out there and play live. I will play live. But wow, what a fantastic little guitar, I'm telling you. And then the other thing I've done this week was this one. And this is using the CB Giddy Bucker pickups. And this was a lot of fun to make. I kind of did this. I did a couple of guitars this week while I was waiting for glues to dry on the orders that I've got. I always feel the need to justify that because people look at the orders and they go, hey, where's my guitar? I was like, well, yeah, this gluing time. I'm not just going to sit there and look at your guitar while things are gluing and drying. But this was cool. So I used a purple dye and a blue dye, and it's a pine ply box, and tuned to E. And that's great. And the CB, and I did your trick, man. I kind of dropped it in there, but I think what I'm going to do is, you know me, I don't like hidden pickups because I don't think they're powerful enough. I think they're too far away from the strings to work properly. But
I wish you'd stop copying me.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm actually I'm gonna lift the pickup. I'm gonna use the mounting ring that you get with the pickups. Well, there's option. Yeah, they're optional. I think they're only a couple of bucks. But the pickup itself, you can get a little mounting ring to go around it, so you don't have to put it under the lid. Because my argument with putting them under the lid is they're just not powerful enough. And I know I can get more kick out of that pickup because that's a very powerful pickup anyway. So I think I'm just gonna. There is a hole under there, but I'm gonna put some double-sided. I've got that thick foamy double-sided tape. So I'm gonna pop that underneath, on top of what tape is already there at the moment. And I won't need to pull it apart to do it. I can just literally put the screws through, and she'll be right. She'll be good. But I think it'll just bring the pickup closer to the strings, be a bit more powerful.
That Kookaburra guitar.
Yeah.
Is there a sound hole in it?
No sound hole.
Okay.
I don't think they need it. No, they don't. I know there's a couple of people who are going to jump up and down and say, you're not going to get more sound out of that. It's already, it's. So, I think sound holes for what we do are mostly aesthetic anyway. I don't think you get a lot of noise. I don't think you get much extra noise out of them. I don't know. That's not. It's only because the sound chambers are so small anyway in them. They're not like, if you think about a small. If you compare a cigar box guitar to a small ukulele, like ukulele's gonna shout all over it, and ukulele's gonna be twice as loud. Twice as loud. That's why we put pickups in them. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So that's I suppose, apart from the music thing that I've been doing, playing around with these guitars, like really just getting a feel for them. I haven't. Okay, so Alex's guitar. Let's talk about Alex's guitar. All right, so you guys might remember the awesome guitar that Alex and I did for part of the Australian swap-off. I do have a small bugbear. And Alex, if you're listening, it's not a bad thing, man. But I'm going to talk to you about something here. You know how you've got the big bolt? Alex uses the big bolt, which is really, really cool. I love it. There is a problem with it. The problem with it is, when you're doing slide, if you wear a slide on your ring finger or your pinky finger, here, let's put a slide on. Let's do it on the ring finger, okay? Problem is, like, it's out of tune, so here.
You think he would have tuned it for you?
The problem is, when you come down, right, because of your other fingers, right?
They keep hitting the bolt?
They keep hitting the bottom of the bolt, this part. So I'm actually going to hacksaw this off. So I'm going to hacksaw the bottom of the bolt. Well, because I want to play it. Because I want to play it. That's the thing. I want to be able to come back down. Because at the moment, the closest I can get, I can't get to the first fret. See?
Can't you just drop your first two fingers underneath?
What do you mean? Yeah, but you don't have to do that. See what I mean? Like, you can't, it's because then you're kind of doing that. So,
but how often do you actually play right up at the front?
If you're going to do that rundown, see how I've actually got to put my hand all the way down at the bottom of that bolt. So that's just a little bit of feedback on that. So, you know what I mean? Like, if I can get if I cut off the bottom of that bolt, keep it up the top, because that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's getting to there, I can't get past the second fret. And that's, and if I'm
you're going to upset Alex.
And if I'm a pinky player, I can't get past the second and a half fret. So that's just a little fee. Alex, you know I love you. All right. But that's definitely a little bit of feedback.
Keep it at home.
Yeah. I love this guitar. I play it all the time. So once I've sanded off some of the really sharp points, so when I get up, I want to actually be able to get up and do a couple of old blues numbers. No, so I can't do the rundown. So that's the thing. So I can't do that rundown on it. So yes, I will be hacking the bottom of the bolt off to make it work. So it's just a thought, Alex, going forward for playing. You've got to get that access. But I love that guitar, man. I play it every day.
Hey, look at this. I was telling you, I got that fret off.
Oh yeah,
fretboard off.
Yes.
Still all in one piece.
Jesus, man.
Was
that the hackouts?
Yeah.
Oh dear God. Oh.
I actually quite like the top of the neck now.
Yeah. So just to point out what Darren's done, because you can't see it. So Darren has a T-style solid body, one of his 3-string solid body guitars that he's building for his grandson, who won't be able to play it for another 10 years. But he's building it nonetheless. But what happened was that the frets on the first guitar just weren't happening. So as he was trying to take the frets out, the timber was splitting all up next to the frets. And so he wasn't actually able to take them out. So you remove the fretboard off the whole guitar as it's already been made. So you've removed, and it all came off in one piece.
Yeah. Glued down.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of that glue that's on there before you can
Yeah, I'll probably give it a bit of a sand, but
Yeah.
I quite actually like
Yeah, it looks
that
good.
look.
Yeah, it actually looks really good as a fretless.
If I could get a fretboard that looks like that,
Yeah.
yeah, I reckon it'd set the whole guitar off.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Oh my god. Hey, well, did you get any of the fretboards from Jeff?
I did.
You did. Why don't you use a couple? Use a couple.
Sorry?
I was just going to say, use a couple of those because he's rough sawn a couple of those, and I reckon rough sawn would be really great.
But he's cut them too thin.
Oh, I see. I noticed that when I was.
Thin.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was doing the purple blue guitar. Same thing. Yeah. It's a little thinner than I generally do because you use a 42 mil, don't you?
Nah, 40.
40. Okay. I just did the purple blue one. I've actually done it's 36, so it's a really skinny neck for me. Like it's something I'm not quite used to. I was practicing it. I was playing around with doing a thinner neck, but I actually really do like. This is my Leo guitar. This is one I built just after Leo passed. I started it before he passed, but this is a Leon Jimenez cigar box. But this has got a 42 neck with river she oak. I don't know if you can see that. It's all like pitted. Oh, yeah. It's got a couple of borer holes and things on it. And this is actually a pine neck. See that? Look at the. See that? See the? See that? It's got like a big chunk out of it. That's why I put all the machine heads up the top. But this again, I've done the hidden pickup under. And you notice there's no sound hole in that. And that's loud. I'm really getting back into actually building traditional style bridge guitars. Really loving it. And that's got my little earth wire.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so on the bottom, where I've got the rivets at the back, guys, for just those people listening, on the back of the guitar, is that on the tenon that goes through the back of the guitar, where you've got the strings mounted, I use rivets to stop the strings from pulling into the timber. And what I've done is underneath, I've actually hooked up a wire to one of the rivets, and just basically got it sitting in there. And that goes to the earth lug on the output jack. And then what I've got on the top of the timber for the floating bridge, I've got a fret. So what happens is the high E, the low E is being, or low G or whatever, the low string is actually being earthed. But because that string's sitting on the fret, it then earths the other strings. So it's hum-free playing.
Okay.
I've just got to get the intonation set a little bit better.
Yeah.
Come back a little bit. Yeah. Slid forward a little bit. Anyway, you don't want to listen to that. So that's basically it. That's what's been happening, I suppose, in our worlds at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, that's been the big thing. And you've bought a couple of cigar boxes off eBay, I noticed.
Yeah. So you got my message.
Yes.
Which you never replied back
Yeah,
to.
I know. Sorry.
Hey, here's my new thing.
Go away. Grumpy gnome. Oh, well,
Yeah, so eBay.
Yeah.
They're coming from Bega.
Okay, cool. I saw those ones. I was going to buy those, and then I thought, no, I've got enough at the moment. So, okay. Now, as you know, Steve Harvey in America is trying to help me out and get me some cigar boxes. But Australia's laws have now changed, because now apparently if you build cigar box guitars, you are now a part of the tobacco industry. Right?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not joking. I am not joking. This potentially could be, okay, and this is clickbait, this could be the death knell for building cigar box guitars and selling them in Australia.
Yeah.
Because they're not differentiating now between an open box and between a cigar box full of cigars and a disused box.
What if it's a solid body?
Well, no, that's different. That's a 3-string guitar, and obviously, the Kookaburra guitar, there's no problem with that. Obviously, with my purple, with my juke joint rockers, and with that, there's no problem with that because it's not a cigar box, right? But the problem is this one, my little Leon Jimenez cigar box guitar. There's a target on that. There could be a target on that now, where they're saying if you are selling cigar box guitars, you're using real cigar boxes, you are promoting the smoking of cigars. Which I've got on my website. I actually have a disclaimer that says we do not promote the smoking of cigars. We are simply interested in upholding a tradition of using cigar boxes for guitar bodies. That's all it is. But so the reason I'm saying this is Steve is trying to send me a box of cigars, and before these insane Australian laws came into play, he would have been able to send that box to me for about $230, $250 Australian. Right? It's now going to cost him, he went to DHL, $600 US. Yeah, to send that box of cigar boxes. So, this potential, and Steve's looking into it. He's trying to find a way to get cigar boxes to me. You might also notice if you've been ordering cigar box guitar parts from CBG, Ben has stopped the deal where you've got over $100. If you spend over $100 US, you get a free cigar box. Yeah. That could be presenting problems with him at the post office. If he's got a cigar box in there, apparently there's duties here in Australia that have to get paid, and they have to get paid in America first. It's got nothing to do with tariffs. It's literally got to do with importation of smoking related. They're calling it smoking related products. So watch this space, Australian listeners, because things might be starting to get very, very, very interesting if you are wanting to actually sell traditional cigar box guitars. I don't know what the future actually looks like. Yeah. I really don't. I'm quite worried about it. Obviously, we aren't promoting this. I mean, there are a lot of smokers out there in the industry and stuff like that, but as an industry, we're not about promoting cigar smoking. We're actually about holding up traditions or creating musical instruments using these beautiful old boxes, which otherwise just end up in landfill. They end up getting burnt. They end up going into the carbon. They end up going back into the carbon cycle, which is not what you want. Why has my cat got her head jammed up the shopping bags? I don't know. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little worried at the moment I'm more worried about that than the American tariffs. Well, yeah. Honestly, I'm more worried about that right now. It's more of a concern, I think. All right. I'm going to have to save my cat. I think that's the end of their podcast today. Don't know what she's doing. All right. Okay. All right. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Once again, thank you again to CBG for sponsoring our show and the YouTube channel. If you don't know about the YouTube channel, we actually have a YouTube channel called The Cigar Box Guitar Builder. If you want to see what I'm up to, you can go and check out Birdwood Guitars. If you want to check out what Darren's up to, you can go and check out Grumpy Guitars on YouTube now, on Facebook. Awesome. Yeah. So, all right. Well, look, I'll talk to you soon. Everyone, thank you for listening. Thanks again to our sponsors, and we'll see you next time on the Cigar Box Guitar Builder podcast.
Go bunch of friends.